Town Charlotte. Today it's week 3, and we've got a good one in
Please,
store
Madden.
between the Detroit Lions and
No
the Carolina Panthers.
Holding calls today, please. Help a brother.
2-1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in week 3.
I beg you.
And no run back here on the opening kickoff, as we'll start at the 25. They'll start on the ground here on first down.
Oh, that's a little bit aggressive. That might be a face mask there, ref. Watch your boy.
This defense for the Lions much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
What's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. The Panthers at 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 13 yards, first down, Panthers. A handoff as they run the counter play. Down to about the 37. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Praise God. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you. I'll steal some of yours. I'll show you some of your stuff in a minute.
His way down to about the 35-yard line.
I'm gonna pull out Buzz stuff in a minute too.
3rd and about 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Buying time to his left.
Oh, he dropped it.
Complete, they cannot convert, and they turn it over. And the Panthers turn it away on 4th down. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs
I missed
on the
it.
very first
That was on
drive
me.
of the afternoon. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
Come here, let me talk to you.
Lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place.
Ooh.
But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Hampton. And that is incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that 4th down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And they'll get it
Come
up
on
just
with the
short of
holding.
45 at the 44. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Give him 4 on the carry there, but that only takes them back to where they started. 3rd and 10.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that,
all
you're
day,
able to
every
do so
day.
many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
Oh, my God!
It is incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you
Unbelievable.
overthink things. Get back to what works.
Oh!
Possession goes over.
Man, you snuck out of there, buddy.
The Lions will take over.
Good D, bro.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Out to his left. On the completion, this is Carey. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. That one goes for 24 yards.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete, and he'll be brought down at the 27. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Hampton.
Come here.
Go here. He lost the football.
I want that.
It's picked up by the Panthers. The big fella. He's at the 40, 20, 10, 5. And he takes it into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery and a touchdown for the Panthers. Harrison Bunker is on for the extra point. And this will be good to give the Panthers a 7-0 lead.
Give me some score up there.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following
Raymond,
a fumble return.
Oh, God.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end
I'm
zone.
up 7-0 right now.
At the 25.
Let's see, man. I'm sure he about to score quick on my tail.
Offense ready to kick off their next drive. It's their third drive now, and so far we've seen a punt. In that second drive, CD, they turned the ball over, so not the start that they were envisioning.
Yeah, they've been ineffective so far, but look, they've worked on a game plan all week long. Don't get away from it too soon. Find a way to get some significant gains, loosen up, get going, and then they should be okay.
Now, come on now with the goofy
and
stuff.
He's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. They go play action here on 1st down.
Come here. Oh, yeah, right. Man, this is some BS.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
On 1st and 10, Hampton.
Yeah, he out of bounds.
Sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Hampton rolling to his left.
Come here.
To go here. He lost the football. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball is squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
When you're a capable runner, oftentimes your quarterback coach, your offensive coordinator, they love to see you break the pocket and go ahead and take off.
Whoa.
I think he could have gotten vertical, picked up something there. Instead, he pushed it downfield. Incomplete.
They're going to try and throw. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag. This could be a 1st down. So they get the flag for pass interference. Big call there on 4th down.
But it's the right call, and as much as I want to see them play through incidental contact, he's definitely there too early.
Throwing on 1st down. Hampton.
Come here.
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Sacks a growing theme in this 1st half. This is 2nd and long. Back to throw. Hampton. His throw's going to be incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Off the play fake. Hampton.
Come here.
In trouble, and he's taken down. It'll be a sack and a loss of 3, but more importantly, it brings up 4th down. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This
hey, the way you shot that score out, yeah, I bet you do.
You hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds?
I'll just stop.
That's
now that's just going too far.
Got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Panthers will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
Yeah, right.
Goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Here we go. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line.
Where's my... There we go.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the 1st down. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Like here's Tommy Townsend now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Off play action. Hampton.
Come here.
Under pressure, and down he goes. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this 1st half. Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this 1st half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Hampton.
Oh, I want that.
He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football. That, Charles, the 1st interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the 1st one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, you know, over the offseason, going into a 2nd season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. The play action fake. They'll look to throw.
Oh, he dropped it.
Throw knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this 1st half.
Son of a biscuit.
Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they have the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
Come here.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. So it's halftime here in Charlotte with the Panthers out on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game.
Oh, that's it.
The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Flag comes in. This might be a free play.
Come here.
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own
Well,
section.
come on.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
To throw on 2nd down. Hampton. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving
Oh, they crazy.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
Gets it out quickly here to the left flat. And he is going to have the Lions 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Here's a quick throw caught out wide. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. 41 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
On first down, Hampton.
Come here.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Back to the air on second down. Hampton.
What a ball!
Complete. It's Fleming. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
He finds his man, complete. That's Fleming. Touchdown, Detroit.
Good pass, good
A
catch.
great play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Lions have got it back to within a score. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
Let's go.
This taken in at the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. But I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your
Good
camp.
D, man.
That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up third. On play action, they'll throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
Good D, bro.
Here's the Panthers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
Oh, the game.
Taken right at the 35. The danger of a punt that good, a 16-yard return. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Where that ball at?
And it's out, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And he's able to get it back to the 41.
Set the man on him. Pull back. Bop, 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 bop.
Do you remember in preseason we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills, and, you know, guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You've got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10.
Oh, why is he going backwards?
80 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific.
You don't see what I'm
this
saying.
afternoon. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles.
Unbelievable.
Gain some additional yardage.
And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Good solid gain on first down. About what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And a short gain down to about the 33. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to swell the lead to 6.
Give me the wind. Where is the wind?
Didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and that will keep this a 3-point game. Maybe an important 4th quarter miss as this stays a 3-point game.
Yeah, now overtime is very much in the equation here. Just what you mentioned, a 3-point game. They get a drive, put it through the posts. We could have some free football, couldn't we?
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he's got some space here. Touchdown, Detroit. A great effort there. His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the 4th. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 14-10. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Stay right there.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. The pressure is on now. They're being shut out here in the second half after a decent first half offensively. They need their best drive of the game right here. That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with his 4-point 4th quarter lead. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Move over there, boy. Do I tell you?
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be tackled at about the 35.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, you got to have your guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're able to get some yardage. And that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
And even 100 yards rushing.
He's amazing.
He has been tremendous all day long. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. He'll look to throw. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, make sure what's going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Back to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he is going to have the Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
All right, let's just put it on the table real quick here. This is 2-minute drill. You got to know they're looking for their number 1 receiver.
Yeah, you think they'd be ready for that? That time they weren't. Back to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
He's back to throw.
But get the fuck out of here, bro.
Throw, it's intercepted. And the Lions have just about.
Man, it's just Madden, bro. It's Madden.
It's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be
no one is throwing that, bro.
Shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They'll start this drive out on the ground, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Good game, bro.
And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. It's a pickup of 5, and that should just about wrap this one up. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game.
Here we go. 50, green.
And the Lions will take the knee here with victory in the cards.
Lord have mercy. Good game, bro.
Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all.